webinar together. We got to figure out what we are doing, and we have to be very intentional about what we are doing. Like it has to demand immediate attention, which is why we are here, and which is why I'm happy you are here, because you actually take your life seriously enough to show up. That is not easy. Now, do you take yourself seriously enough to see yourself all the way through? Because there is a lot you're going to hear here. Okay. Now, his concern about people who are too comfortable and they have these high asset prices, um, they're going to reinforce what Warren Buffett, arguably one of the greatest investors of all time, is also cautious about. These are people that can see things that we cannot see. If they are saying this, we should take heed. Okay. When I say people, two of the most powerful people in the financial world. I need you to take this seriously. Like beyond seriously, like seriously is like the minimum of what you should take it. You should implement it more than anything. So, for those of you who are also listening to influencers online that are telling you, "Oh, I'm making this and this and this," understand that everybody makes money when the market only goes up. But when it goes down, you start finding out who really knew and who was all too lucky. So let's talk about the legislative storm ahead. I said the government signed on two new rulings within the past month, and I need you to be very aware of what these two rulings are because these are two things that change the trading industry forever. They've never done anything like this, and I'm here like I don't see anybody talking about this. I'm like John Travolta and he's like, "Why is nobody talking about this?" That's why I'm here. Now, I need you to understand that Warren Buffett's strategic retreat is going to hint at underlying market vulnerabilities. And there are two government rulings that will unleash mass liquidation. I'm going to tell you one now, and I'm going to tell you the biggest one that is the most important one at the end of this webinar. So I need you to be very intentional about listening because if Warren Buffett is holding on to the most money he's ever held on to, because he's scared of these markets now. So this looks like a casino. I want nothing to do with this. And Jamie Dimon's like, I've seen this before, right before 2008. I've seen this before. And then the government signs two new rulings that will absolutely change the way that trading is. You realize, wait a second, there is mass liquidation happening. What is mass liquidation? It is going to get incredibly bloody, incredibly fast. People are going to lose a lot of money incredibly fast. And it's not going to be easy to recoup because you don't know what you're doing. And hopefully that's not you, but people don't know what they're doing. And if it is you, I want you to at least be honest enough and hold yourself accountable. Like, I don't know. And I need to know, which is why I'm here. So I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but if you are not prepared, it's going to be dangerous. So, what is the first thing that the government has recently signed on that they are putting into effect as soon as next month? They didn't give you any time to breathe. They said, hey, guess what? You got 60 days. The PDT rule that just changed everything. Now, for anyone who is familiar in the options trading market, that is stocks, the pattern day trading rule was a rule in which you could not trade with any form of margin. See, if margin is like if you have people in Forex to understand this, if you have $100, you can trade as if you have $500 if you have that ability, right? Your leverage is high. However, if you were in the trading world for stocks and you had less than $25,000 liquid in your brokerage account, you could not trade with money unless it was settled, which means if you have $2,000 in your account and you trade with 1,800, and let's say you make $500, you're now at 2,300. Guess what? You can't touch that money until the next day. You can't even go back into a trade. You can't do anything. But what they have done is they have removed this ability. It was a long barrier to entry. It made it incredibly hard to trade consistently because you needed $25,000. But you know what they said? They said, man, we're not doing 25,000 anymore. Take that thing down to like $2,000. Take it down. Take it all the way down. So what's about to happen next will catch millions of traders or wannabe traders off guard. And I want you to understand what this means with the PDT rule. On one hand, you have a lot of new traders that are going to be able to flood the markets. They're going to be able to come in. They're going to do like, they're like, I'm ready. I can trade now. I can trade every single day. I can trade 17 times a day. But then they also have fewer restrictions. These restrictions were put in place to help you. And while that access to the market is really great, what it leads to is overtrading, overconfidence, and mass liquidation. It is going to be a bloodbath. And it's a dangerous recipe for those who do not know what they are doing. If you see to the left, you will see these Wall Street guys are celebrating because you are losing the retail investor, and that is not okay. So, as I said, what happens to unprepared traders when they enter? Overconfidence. They start risking more money because they can. They just keep trading and keep trading, over trading and mass liquidation. They get scared because they don't know what they're doing. They start losing money. They run out of it. Boom. So I need you to know that the cycle is predictable. I've seen it time and time and time and time and time again. And the June 4th PDT ruling will only accept it. Yes, this is going into effect as soon as June 4th. You have less than 3 weeks. And this thing is, I mean, it's going to get crazy. It's going to get really nasty out there because a lot of people are really excited. So the only people that are going to survive are the ones who come prepared. Okay. And you're wondering, Kelly, how can you almost guarantee this is happening? Like I said, I've seen this time and time again to the tune of 60,000 traders. I have personally seen the habits of them personally. And I need you to understand that the market is a complex ecosystem. When the smartest money in the market is resorting to cash and all these regulatory changes start flooding the system, and inexperienced traders get excited thinking this is opportunity, the outcome is not a matter of if, but when this liquidation happens, when this bloodbath starts. So I need you to know that these are not isolated events. They are converging forces. They're not just, oh, everyone's holding cash and oh, the government decided to make these rules. No, no, no. They're BFFs. So I need you to know that the stage is being set for a period of unprecedented volatility and for the unprepared, significant losses. Now, the craziest part, this is quite crazier than you saw before, was just 4 days earlier, the SEC quietly approved a ruling that barely anyone spoke of. This ruling is the one thing that, like the PDT rule, it changes trading. It's going to bring a lot of unprepared individuals into the markets. But this next rule is so insane that it brings this amazingness to the market, but also this insane fear. Because when this takes place, our hands are off. And this is something that the stock market has never done before. The SEC has never signed on before. It was kind of a thing, but at mass scale, never been a thing. And that thing, I'm going to tell you at the end of this webinar. So I need you to be ready to hear it. For some of you, it's going to be really exciting. For most of you, it's going to be like, okay, this is getting real. Because again, these rulings, holding cash, they're working together. So I need you to understand that two paths are now going to be open, and it's going to present two different trails. There's going to be those who find success and those who will lose more money than they ever have. Okay, the market is evolving. There's new hours, new rules, new players, and everyone will be affected. So you got to ask yourself, what is the path you choose? Okay, there is the ones who are prepared, which is on the left. Don't get it confused with the right, please. Don't get it confused with the right. I'll even say the middle. Just don't get it confused with the right. The ones who are prepared, who they value actual education, they value knowledge. You wonder how I am so smart. Thank you for the compliment. I'm going to go ahead and say that. Some of you are like, you're not that smart. You wonder it's because I value education more than anything, more than money, because it'll make you infinitely more money. Where most people find themselves is they're looking for the next course. They're looking for easy money. They're like anyone that just shows them a little bit, like they started to trade, they joined a bunch of groups, they started to make money, and then they started to lose a bunch of money. And then I hate this trading thing. And then 2 months later, somebody posted they bought a Lamborghini and it's, oh my gosh. Somebody posted, oh, I made 30,000. Oh my gosh, I need this. You don't even know what you're doing. They do that to bait you. So don't be the one that gets wiped out, because that's our friends on the left that we want absolutely nothing to do with. We want to be over here on the, sorry, our friends on the right. Fun fact, I don't know my lefts and rights. So don't blame me. The ones over here, not the ones over here. Okay. Now, the truth is, you have been doing trading the wrong way. Did you know that? I want to show you something. Are you guys locked in to what I'm about to show you? Yes, no, maybe so. Can I show you something? Let me show you something. Anybody cool with charts? You like charts? You see what this chart is? Everybody's excited. They're like, oh, we're looking at charts. I have no idea what this looks like. A bunch of squiggly lines. Oh my gosh, it looks like the worms. They're outside after the rain came. What's going on with them? The static, like the electricity that I haven't paid the bill for. That's why we're here. So you can pay the bill. This right here, I want you to be aware of. This right here is Bitcoin. I'm not telling you to invest in Bitcoin. I'm not telling you, I just want to show you something. I've seen so many people fail because what happens is they look at trading as I need to make money in 5 minutes and 10 minutes. Everyone online is saying, like, I got to trade every single day. And guys, everyone has gotten trading wrong. Trading is not beneficial because you can be a day trader and make money day in and day out, even though it's a great thing. I think that's a really great thing. Do not misquote me. I think that's a phenomenal thing. Trading is so powerful because with trading, you can actually look at what is the best entry for my long-term investments and how do I win on those? Okay? How do I win on those long-term investments? Any of you more interested in long-term investing than you are trading? Yes, no, maybe so. Okay. Any of you interested in both? What if I told you trading is the superpower to doing that? So what does that look like? I'm going to go to the weekly. This up here is what you call the weekly time frame. This is Bitcoin right here. Let me clear this. All right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go back in time to the all-time high of Bitcoin. See, there was a time I sent my friends a text and I said, hey, I want you to know Bitcoin is going to 120,000. I wish I could show you the text right now. I'm going to find it because it really upset me that, I wasn't listened to. But I said right here, you can see it on the screen. Let's see if it'll focus on the screen. Do you see that on the screen right there? Okay, some of you can't see it, but I'll show you. I said, I thought y'all would love to hear that Bitcoin is likely about to break all-time highs all over again. This is December 11th. I said it will likely go parabolic, but somewhere in the early, and this was in 2020, yeah, 2024, sorry, but somewhere in the early 110s to 120s, and then it's going to have a catastrophic fall to the 70s. This is what I told them. I said, trade the fall to make life-changing money. Okay, I'm going back into hibernation. Let me show you. I will show you. Once again, maybe you're going to want to screenshot that a little bit. You see that? Okay, that's what I said. Forgive my cracked phone screen. Not all of us have infinite amount of money like Warren Buffett. So let's take us back to, I'm going to show you exactly how you can, give me 60 seconds, exactly how you can look at and understand where your long-term investments are going based off looking at charts instead of just saying, I really believe in this company. I hope they perform, even though I have no idea what they're doing and I don't know how to read a financial statement or a balance sheet. And I don't even know who their new CEO is and what their background is and what initiatives they're putting in. And stop crossing your fingers. and let the data speak for you. So I'm going to show you how easy it is to look at where this is going. The first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to look at where there is common, where price likes to go to, is what you call common support and resistance. So I'm gonna help you out here and draw these lines. Okay, right here, you see where this red thing bounces off of. You see how all of these keep coming to this area. We'll go like this. I'll even make your life easier. I'll just circle the area. Boom. We're trying to figure out, where's Bitcoin gonna go? At this point, Bitcoin is at all-time highs. You start thinking, I know it has to come down because it has this pattern of going up and coming down. So where's it going to come down to? The next, you're going to look at the next line. Okay? For those of you who you're long-term investing and you're like, I don't really care about trading, but you need to learn the art of technical analysis. Trading is not just about being a gambler. That's what Warren Buffett is saying. People are treating it like a casino. It's not that. So you come here, you see there's this other area as well. Okay. All you look at is, where does these candles are prices? Where does price like to go to? I just want to target that area. Okay. So this area right here. Boom. Then you look at the next one. It's like, okay, where's the next area? Oh, we're coming over here, right? Say like right there. This is the next area. Okay. I'll give you one more because we're going to come down here because you see where price is right here. We might go right there. See where these two like to touch? Boom. Now, what I am doing, I'm back in time with it. I'm going to press play and I'm going to let you see what price does over time. Okay, to show you why this is so beneficial. I can find the play button. Okay, I'm going to do this. Boom. Just let it go. It looks a little wonky. I don't know why they do the things so wonky. So it doesn't feel like the actual markets, but we'll let them have it. So boom. You see how at the all-time high, you could have said, I think price is going to come down here. Why? Because it likes going there. So you could have gotten in and gone right back to that. Right back. Okay. Now, where's it probably going to go next? Oh, our next level, which makes me wonder, I wonder where it's probably going to go next. Let's see. Might come back up. Test it. Move it. I'm going to zoom this up for time purposes. See where we're going. Okay. Boom. It went to our 71. Listen, I'm going to stop it right here because I want us to get back into the presentation. But what I need you to understand, some of you, you're like, whoa, what I need you to understand is when you understand trading, I just showed you 3 lines and I showed you how I was able to tell. I know Bitcoin's going to the 70s. Why? Because I know how to chart. People act like investing has to be so hard when it doesn't. You just need to have the tools to know how to invest the right way. And then with trading, you can make money when the markets are falling. Warren Buffett is holding on to cash because he likes to make money off investing up. You have the ability, as most institutions do, to make money as it is falling. So when I saw this, I was like, I realized, guys, trading isn't about chasing these unlimited gains. That's what's going to make you part of the 97% failure rate when it comes to trading. Because many people are entering and they're falling into this system right here. This system. They're like, oh, I'm going to teach you how to make $10,000. I'm going to teach you how to make this. I became a millionaire at this age. I did this. And it's overwhelming because everyone's finding success and you're confused. The people that win, I'm telling you, the people that win, I've seen 60,000 traders firsthand, millions more through just interacting with my content. The people that win are the ones right here on the right side. I need you to understand that. Okay. But here's the thing. The smart money, the institutions, they know better. Remember, there's a crazy rule at the very end of this, or towards the end, that I'm going to tell you about, that the government signed on last month that is going to change trading when it goes into effect. So, what does smart money know? Smart money, well, this is just a picture if you want to see it close. Yeah, nice picture. They understand the goal of trading isn't to make $1 million overnight or $10,000 in a day or do all this stuff. It is to be able to pay for your livable expenses. We talked about static electricity. Some of you, your electricity bill might be hard to pay for. Trading can do that. Save for vacations. You don't have to constantly say, like, can I just work overtime or can I just get a better job so I can afford more vacations? Let's put it in a savings account. You can you can trade and make the money for your vacation. And you can also long-term invest with deeper intellect because you truly understand market dynamics. Okay. So it's this approach that prevents that mass liquidation, that prevents people from losing. It's actually valuing this. Is it the slower road? Yes. But I remember that the tortoise did beat the hare. Start out speeding, getting excited, you're likely to crash. So, with that being said, I understood that and I wanted to aim to make you a part of the 3%. That was my goal. If 97% of traders lose, how do I, that have found success in trading to the tune of hundreds of thousands, how do I help you become a part of that 3% that actually win? Because I looked around the entire trading industry and I'm seeing so many people are making money off of your losses, because that's a real thing that influencers do when they have these different deals with brokers. They make money off of when you lose. And I can't stand for that. I won't stand for it. So, my biggest thing was I understood that if the spotlight would work with me, we'd be great. That to achieve that vision, I knew I couldn't build it alone. And I knew that to truly create world-class financial education, one that would redefine industry standards, I had to seek out expertise beyond my own. I couldn't just say, oh, let me put out this trading group. Let me do this. I was like, I want to build an actual company that actually changes people, one with actual valuation and enterprise value so that it's like this is an actual standing thing and it's not dependent on just me, but it can help billions. And so to do that, I had to reach out to a top finance executive because I understood that we could not do it alone and I could not do it alone. This is bigger than me because I knew the institutions saw something that I didn't see because I speak well. I'm, a trader. I'm an influencer. I like to just help people make more money outside of just trading. But I knew I had to reach out to an individual, and that individual is here today to speak to you. And I'm going to ask him some hard-hitting questions. Some hard-hitting questions. If you have any questions, make sure you put it in the Q&A tab. We can answer it at the end. I really value your time, so I want to get through this. But this individual is not only a strategist, he's a finance executive, he's a wealth advisor, and he also has recently joined my company, Traded, as a fractional chief operations officer to make sure that we operate at our highest capability to our best ability. So I want you, ladies and gentlemen, to meet Mr. Christopher Knox. He is a results driven, value accelerating strategist. He's a business development consultant. He's a wealth advisor, and he's passionate about helping people and organizations win. He's had experience working in executive level positions at Robinhood, TD Ameritrade, Charles Schwab, JP Morgan Chase. I got some questions for you, Chris. And he was one of 700 agents to work with ultra high net worth clients out of the tens, if not hundreds of thousands they have in the world and in America as well. So I'm going to introduce you to Mr. Chris Knox. And I need you to know that he has led multi-million dollar growth initiatives. He's built scalable programs. He's advised high net worth clients up to $20 million liquid net worth. That means they have $20 million sitting in a bank account or investment account physically. He's managed executive level positions within the entertainment industry. He has been all around and he's also a licensed certified exit planner. He planning advisor. Let me make sure I say that. A project management professional, a wealth management certified professional, and he is licensed as well. He's gotten a lot of his licenses from the Series 6 to the 5 to the SIE and he is incredibly talented, incredibly skilled, and I want you to hear from him today because I want us to talk about because my direct question, Chris, as you're about to hear from me, is what is it that the institutions know that we do not know it as retail traders because we don't see the like I can't imagine you worked at Robinhood, TD Ameritrade, Charles Schwab, JP Morgan. I got questions, and I hope everybody else is willing to hear this. This is one, I really want us to appreciate the fact that Chris wanted to join. He is so talented, so intelligent. His expertise spans, I mean, decades. And it's very important that when you get in rooms like this and you hear from people who can speak to you about these things, you pay attention because access means nothing if you're not retaining the knowledge you gain from it. So, with that being said, Mr. Christopher Knox, are you with me, Chris? Mm-mm.
All right, here we go. I am here.
Okay, nice.
How are you?
Nice, nice. Great. How are you, Chris?
I am great. It's been a lot of great content so far, so I am happy that everybody is here and taking in the information. I think it's a great thing that you are doing, but also that we are doing as an organization, and I'm just excited to share with everyone.
Yeah, no, likewise, likewise. So I was wondering, can you give us a bit more about your background? Just how you even got to the role that you were in, current, like just in life in general, and then obviously I'm sure we want to hear about Robin Hood, TD Ameritrade, Charles Schwab, JP Morgan, but just I want you to give us our background, and then more directly, I want to hear what is it that we don't see as just regular investors, regular traders, that from being at the highest levels of the financial world that you have been able to see that if we weren't there, we wouldn't know. So, ready to hear your background and the answer to that.
Got you. So yeah, so I've been in the finance industry for about 7 years now, and but my background originally is actually in music business. Went to college for music business to do record label work, and had big dreams of being this music mogul. And I had some cool record label experience. My internship was with Sony, and I got to be a part of the team that launched like Jill Scott and a bunch of really cool artists back in the early 2000s. And then I had my first kind of fluke of business running a startup company that was a graphic design company that worked in the photography industry doing business to business work. And this was a true startup. I mean, 4 employees making like $10,000 a month as a company, like true startup. And from there, this company scaled. And before you know it, in about a 3 year period, $1 million company doing really well, business in 20 different countries. And that was my first taste of like true entrepreneurship and learning how to lead people in business and industry. And then I left that company and I ended up launching an artist development company. So I went back in the music space, but it was teaching artist about business, and so that was a really cool experience. Had a commercial recording studio and had some pretty cool stories there with artists that I got the opportunity to engage with, and then also partnered with a lot of brands. So I understand how brand things work, which is really interesting now when we're in this social media generation where everybody's trying to be an affiliate and sell stuff. Like I did that for these music companies, 10, 15 years ago. And so it's a different game when you understand how the companies think about business relationships and partnerships with individuals who aren't necessarily TV celebrities, but have influence in whatever their communities are, which is essentially what social media is now. So I did that for a few years, and then I ran a couple of other small companies and did some entrepreneurial things. And a good friend of mine who I was helping with the business actually reintroduced me to trading. And he was like, "Man, have you ever thought about being a day trader? Like you're the way you understand numbers and you've been a CFO and you should consider day trading." And I had taken a class 10 years prior with a company called Invest Tools. And I took a 1 day class, didn't know what Invest Tools was. At that time, I didn't have the liquidity to get into the market. And I didn't do anything with that information for 10 years. Fast forward, I realized that Invest Tools had got bought and is now what we know to be Thinkorswim. And so I had taken this class 10 years before, got reintroduced to Thinkorswim, started trading in Thinkorswim, and fell in love with the markets. And I did it the hard way. I did the YouTube University and Google, and I did the hours and hours and hours a day until I figured out some things that were kind of working. And then I actually paid for a course at some point. The course will remain nameless, but I will say that there was some benefit that I got from a course just in the idea of I started to recognize patterns, but I had inconsistency. And so doing some formal education was extremely beneficial for me. Then COVID happened. One of my good buddies is in the exotic car world, and I'm in the exotic car world. I love that space. And so he encouraged me to get into wealth management. COVID happened. I was like, I don't have anything else to do. So I went and I got a job at TD Ameritrade. I knew somebody that got me a job, and I got licensed as a stockbroker. And then Robin or TD Ameritrade got bought by Schwab or consumed, and then I ended up working at Schwab, and then I got headhunted because people started to find out about my background, and then I moved to Robinhood where I was doing complex option strategies and project management and some really cool things. And then I left Robinhood to go back to trading full time, and I have a real estate company. And then I needed to get something else. So somebody that I knew got me a job at JP Morgan as an entry level advisor. They found out about my background. I got moved all the way up to the top of the food chain, working on their ultra high net worth investment team. So I was one of, as your slide shows, there's 700 of us in the country, and I was one of the 700. Um, it's to put that in perspective for like a large boutique firm that's comparable, they would have 10 to 15,000 advisors. When you talk about like
Wow.
this private, so the fact that there's only 700 shows the level of uniqueness and specialization that you have to have. And so I was really honored to have that role and then recently left that to get back into advising and come support what's happening here at Traded. So it's been a really great run for me, but I'm also really excited to be able to share from my experience because I've sat in all the seats. I sat in the seat that everybody that's trying to learn has been in and just trying to hit the buy and sell and pray, you know. And then I learned that hope is not a strategy, right? And so then
Yeah.
I learned some and I paid somebody to help me fill in some gaps. And that was very beneficial. But then whenever I started to actually work for the firms and I went from a retail firm to an institutional firm and saw all of it, I was able to really start to put some things together because what happens with most retail traders is they are so focused on the what is happening, but they don't necessarily fully understand the why it's happening. So even with
Mm,
the
that's
Bitcoin
good.
example that you showed earlier, like drawing support and resistance lines is extremely important. And that's a very good skill to be able to understand as it relates to how historical price can impact future price. But that's still what's happening. Why it's happening is liquidity sweeps. And what are institutions doing as it relates to moving from liquidity to liquidity versus price to price? And so one of them is
Yeah.
on the surface, the other is in the background. So it's really good, you know, what we're doing and the things that you're sharing, and I'm just really excited to be around.
Yeah, thank you, Chris. Thank you. No, I appreciate your background is so impressive, and I felt like I was like, there's nobody else that I would want to work with to be able to figure out how do we truly help reform the financial education world. And you've been, like I said, in all seats. Well, like you said, from the trader to the trader who didn't know to the investor to then being a stockbroker and you're talking to people every single day and like they're telling you and then you're dealing with individuals who make an excess amount of money and you're seeing it from the other side. So yeah, it is very it's very interesting that you say like people don't focus on the why because that's one of the things I was saying earlier is like when you're seeing major power players in the finance world say, "Hey, I would be careful if I were you." And then the government starts taking their own, like they're signing these legislations, which you know, the second one we're going to talk about is a game changer in the entire finance world and trading world. But when they're happening at the same time, now let me ask you this question if you can answer it. When you see stuff like this happening at the same time, from the institutional mind in you, do you feel like there is a connection or do you feel like there is a chance it's completely random?
Nothing is random. I'll say that. That's the second part of the question. I think that in in reality, what like institutional money and institutional traders, they look at retail traders as dumb money. I mean, there's the whole movie that came out about, Robin Hood that was actually called Dumb Money. But there's
Yeah.
there's a lot of truth to it. Like I actually worked at Robinhood during the GameStop fiasco. So
Wow.
so I actually know like what was happening and in the plumbing, and there's so much about that situation that most people don't actually understand of like why it happened and why the buy button and the sell button got turned off and all the other stuff. And people are upset about it, but there's rules to it. Like it's and here's my thing about rules, right? I have just kind of a life rule that, if Kelly, if I invite you to my house and I say, hey, we're having a family hang and you should come, we're going to be playing Monopoly. You've never played Monopoly before. And you don't know the rules of the game. And so everybody's going around and you're noticing we're getting $200, but you're not getting $200 when you pass go. And then you notice that we're putting these little houses on our thing and like now when you land on ours, you got to give us money. And it's like, why do I? And you don't understand the rules of the game. And after a certain point, because you're super smart, you'll be able to say, "Oh, I'm starting to pick up on the rules of the game." And then you accept
Yeah.
the fact like, "Oh, I didn't tell you all the rules of the game." And so
Interesting.
initially you only have two choices at that point. Sure. So choice number one is you can flip the table and go home. Or choice number two is you can adapt to the rules of the game and try to beat us based on what the rules are. But that's it.
Mm.
And so when it comes to this institutional versus retail, institutional is the house. They set the rules to the game. Retail,
So, oh, go ahead.
just saying, retail, we don't set the rules. We have to play by the rules. If they say blackjack, you have to get this plus this, we got to play by their rules. And so many times when I've seen traders lose money and just get smoked on stuff is because they think that they're smarter than the house. They think that they're going to
Mm.
be able to beat how the house is set up to play. They're not like statistically you're not going to be able to it. So when you think about these two new rule changes that we're talking about, it is 100% intentional because the house is going to be able to adjust the rules of the game for a way that they know is going to ultimately benefit them.
So you're saying that there is a high probability that a lot of this is being done because they want to see people lose money.
It's not even so much that they want to see people lose money, they just want to make more money, but they're going to make it at the expense of the people that don't know how to play the game. And so I think that sometimes like that language can be a little bit challenging because sometimes selfishness is not also malicious, but it's about self-preservation,
Ooh, that's
right?
good.
And
I
so
have to
we
take a
think
note on
that
that.
so somebody will say, well, you just want us to lose money. And it's like, I don't want you to lose money because there are people that are smart that can figure out how to make money playing along with us if you bet with us on the
Yeah,
house. So I don't want you to lose money. However, if you keep trying to, play chicken with a cruise ship and you're on what do you call it, a jet ski, you're gonna lose,
that's true.
right? Versus you
Very
can just have a little floaty tube and attach it to the to cruise ship and it'll take you all across the world.
dang.
All right.
Yeah.
So
No,
don't try to beat the system, understand the system and then play along with it.
that's good. That's good. Chris, thank you so much.
Absolutely.
I'm sure we'll hear from you again before we conclude here. But that was, does anyone feel, can we put reactions in the chat? Was that one of those things that made you say, wait a second, this is good?
And one last point that I'll share is I think that as we're talking about playing with the house and understanding the rules of the game, I think what you're sharing tonight is so important, but it's also about the community aspect, right? The reason we don't know things is because we're not surrounded by enough of the right people that do know enough of the right things, and so even
Mm,
in
yeah.
our relationship of knowing each other. We met at an exotic car event because we were both surrounding ourselves with community of people. Somebody
Yeah.
from that exotic car event was the one that encouraged me to get into the markets in the capacity that I am to really learn how the plumbing worked. And,
Yeah.
your willingness to come up and have a conversation because I happen to be wearing a Robin Hood t-shirt and say, "Hey, I'm in the
He
markets. Are
was.
you in the markets?" And that sparked a friendship where now 5 years later, we're able to do work and continue to share our experiences, but also our networks and our people's experiences. And you have this community of knowledge that everybody can be a benefactor from.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. It is so unbelievably important. And that's why I've been emphasizing, not just to keep you stuck here right now, but because it's so important that when you get access to information that otherwise isn't spoken on, you
Right.
listen. I like for the past recently, like the past couple months, I just woke up one day and I was like, hey, I think a lot of people just think I'm just a trader, but I'm surrounded by all these people that are so intelligent. And I see all these people that are doing things that they think make sense, but you don't know what you don't know. But the people who
Right.
do know are looking at you like, yeah, they definitely don't know what they're doing. But you're trying and you're trying to make it work. You think you have understood, but you're not connected to the people who do know what they're doing. And so I was like, I'm gonna start talking online. In the past couple months, I think on Instagram alone, it's up like 50,000 followers just from trying to help people learn more and more and more information. It's not about the numbers to me. To me, it's
Yeah.
the impact, it's the millions there. But yeah, no, I'm with you on that one, Chris. Please value rooms like this, times like this. Many people are not taking their life seriously right now, and you are, and that should not be taken lightly. So, Chris, thank
Absolutely.
you.
Well, I look forward to what else you have to share.
Of course. All right. Speak soon. Guys, how are we feeling? How are we feeling? Are we awake? Are we feeling like, whoa, this is a lot? Are some of you scared? Remember, there's a Q&A. At the end, we're going to do Q&As. So for those of you who have a question, you want to ask Chris a question, you want to ask me a question, make sure you put it in the Q&A. And listen, if there's some that we can answer, we'll try and answer. All right. I'm going to give you two options. We can speed through this and get to the second rule and your opportunity to win, or we can keep going. And if we go for the next 2 hours, it won't be 2 hours. If we go for the next hour, you're okay with that. Which one are we choosing? Just go ahead and react for me. I actually can't see the reactions. Give me a second here. Yes. Okay. Thumbs up if you want to get right to it, speed through it. Thumbs down if you're like, if we're here for another hour, I'm ready to commit this hour. I'm locked in. I'm ready. Which one are you? Thumbs up, speed through it. Oh, they said, Kelly, get up out of here. Okay, I've heard you. I don't know if there is a thumbs down, but I'm just gonna act like there isn't a thumbs down for my own mental health. That should be valued. Okay, let us rock and roll. Oh, nice. It's Chris. Okay, you can still see my screen? Yes, yes, yes. Okay. So, with that being said, as you just heard, me, Chris, the entire Trade It team, we set out to fix financial education. We looked at how people were learning to trade, and what we found was extremely alarming. Okay? Problem number one, I need you to be interactive with me. Be interactive. Come on. If you haven't been interactive this whole time, I need you to wake up, get a stretch in, because I need to know if these are your problems. And I'm going to tell you exactly what the solution is. Okay? Get up, stretch with me, roll your neck around. Let's do like 10 jumping jacks. Oh, man, that's a jumping jack. That's a jumping jack. Oh my gosh. Okay. We're there. I think that was like 8. Okay, I won't cheat. 9, 10. Here we go. Tell me, I need you to put a thumbs up in the chat if this is you. Thumbs up if you have dealt with this issue. And if you have not dealt with this issue, I need you to put the celebration. The celebration. Problem number one, YouTube University. What did we find? Free information is everywhere, but too much information without context is just noise. I did an audit of my YouTube. I have gotten on my YouTube, Kelly OG, over 14 million views on YouTube. But you know how many comments I personally replied to? 893. You know what that means? Of 14 million plus views, 893 comments replied to is a 0.06% reply rate. Anybody dealt with this issue? I heard there's a poll that's coming up. You dealt with this issue, yes? You got a question, and like you're asking the person, you're watching all these videos, you're watching it, and then no response. So, what does that look like? It looks like this. This is why YouTube doesn't help in proper education. There's no time for personal replies. For me, I was running companies, I was trading, I had a personal life. I wasn't able to reply to 14 million people. What? And that's true for nearly every educator on the platform. You also can't add context. If you're struggling to read like a chart, if you need to tell someone a story, you can't go and write a whole paragraph in there. You can't go upload a picture and get a response. And again, you don't know what you don't know. So with infinite content and no structure, you're watching so many videos about so many different things. So many people are telling you so many different things, and you end up more confused, not less. That was me for a long time. Can anybody else relate on that? Yes, no, maybe so. Yes, no, maybe so. Okay. Problem number two. What's problem number two? Pre-recorded courses. Ooh, I'm interested to hear this one. I'm gonna jump back into the webinar just to see this one. I gotta jump back in with y'all. Pre-recorded courses. Uh-oh, is it a white screen for you guys right now? Is that what it's showing? Yes, no, maybe so. I don't know why I did that. Is it still a white screen? Or we're good? Let me know if you're seeing a white screen. Okay, you're not. We're good. That's what I like to hear. Okay. Oh, I haven't even said the issue with courses. And some of you are already like, yes, I've dealt with courses. Come on, guys. The problem with courses, is there's hours of video content, there's zero interaction, there's no feedback. Like you just buy it because people are like, this is 84 hours of info. Who wants to watch 84 hours of information? So the courses, it's an issue because one size fits none. It's a system built around one person's strategy, but it won't naturally fit your goals, your risk tolerance, or your schedule. I know you have kids you want to take care of. I know you have a girlfriend or a boyfriend you want to see. I know you have friends you want to hang out with. Okay? Not everyone's able to just lock into a room and turn off the lights and not come out for 6 months. There's no accountability. No one checks if you completed the material. No one knows if you're struggling. It's just like, hey, you bought it, you're on your own. Why? If your goal is to help somebody, why would you ever leave them alone to do that? That doesn't make sense. And then there's an incredibly low success rate on courses. Studies from Harvard, Yale, and various Ivy Leagues have said that the average completion rate of asynchronous, which is done at your own pace education, is 8%. It's as low as 5. 8 is me being generous because I believe that you're the type of person that finishes things, which is why you are still on this call. Now, problem number 3. Uh-oh. I need to see the reactions for these. Problem number 3, trading groups. Thumbs up, heart if you found an issue with trading groups. Celebration if you're like, Kelly, I love trading groups. How much money have you made? Do you know what you're doing? Ooh, I'm seeing a lot of thumbs up. Ooh, somebody is spamming. I know it's one person. No, I'm playing. Now, let me ask you a question. If you left your trading group, this time I need you to put I don't know what reactions y'all have. I gotta be honest. I need you to put the rocket ship. If you left your trading group right now, could you make money each and every single day without listening to anybody else? Ooh, it's taking a long time for that rocket ship. Oh, I got y'all, didn't I? I knew it. I knew it. You know why I knew it? Guys, I'll tell you about trading groups and I'll tell you exactly why I knew it. We know it because we ran a trading group that served over 50,000 people. It was making more money than it ever had, and we shut it down regardless. Now, why would we do that? Why did we do that? Why did we walk away from 50,000 members and over $4.3 million a year? Because we wanted to build dependence, not independence. Trading groups are designed to keep you subscribed. That monthly subscription is what's keeping your favorite influencer sitting really nice in their house, rented or not rented, doesn't matter. Okay? but they're not built to make you leave them, which is why I just said, if you left your trading group, could you make money day in and day out? And I didn't see not one rocket ship. That's a conflict of interest disguised as you're going to have community of like-minded traders. Guys, is it community if when you're left to starve, you starve? You have to wait on other people to eat? It's not community. That's stupidity. Sorry, I'm a little bit blunt. Then there's generic calls, but they don't understand your risk. The person that's calling your trades can't see your account. So your risk tolerance or how long you need to hold a position to profit is low. So if they say, I'm getting into this right now, they already got in and then they sent you the message. You get in later and then you lose money. And then you're, oh, why doesn't it work? Guys, next, there's no safety net. So if the group leader disappears, gets sick, or shuts down, your education goes with them and you're left with nothing transferable. Again, trading has been seen the wrong way. Everyone's trying to use it to get rich overnight instead of saying, how do I pay my bills? How do I plan my vacation? How do I start funding my car payments or a new car? Emergency funds, kids' college funds. Guys, real traders can do it themselves every single day in a quiet room or busy room. They don't need anyone to wait on to make money. All those big influencers you learn from or you aim to learn from, they're doing it themselves. So why can't you? I realize this. My thing is, you should be able to afford whatever you need to afford, but basic necessities first. And that's the standard we're building towards. Tell me right now, I need reactions. If this has been you, despite great intentions, the most popular paths to financial education have consistently led traders down a road of disappointment. I'm telling you right now, the room is boiling, the boiler is heating up. We are getting to the crazy things that you have never seen before. So if you were saying, Kelly, I'm going to fall asleep, you better wake up. This is the time to pay attention. This is not the time to miss it because what you're about to see, like I said, have never, ever been done before. Is this the cycle of frustration you go through? Number one is the honeymoon phase. You get excited, you watch a bunch of videos online. It doesn't have to be trading. It's real estate, it's e-commerce, it's TikTok shop. That's the new thing now. You watch a bunch of videos online, you start taking a bunch of notes, you want to start a business, you're doing that. Then you start paying for every single course known to man. You start joining every single group, community. But everyone in that community is just like you, they know nothing. So you are like-minded, but you're like-minded to lose. That should never be a thing for you. Then the reality check is you can't do it alone. You don't know what you're doing and you're stressed. And then you see an influencer, they're telling you this, you start thinking, maybe I should do that. And guess what happens? You see how you're here? You go right back to the beginning of the cycle. So I want to let you know that it's all because of these things. So you then wonder why there's a 97% failure rate in trading. Why is there that? Because the current ecosystem of financial education, from overwhelming free content to courses, has been set up for you to fail to begin with because they don't understand it. And it's not your fault, but you guys said you wanted to skip through. So I'm going to get straight to it because I know you're like, Kelly, where is this leading and how do you help me? Well, I'm going to tell you, okay, as we get straight into it. I'm going to just move. We built the solution. Oh my gosh. Drum roll, please. Are you ready to hear it? Are you ready to hear it? We built the solution. Let me tell you something. Your worries are over with everything that I'm about to say. It's going to shock you and 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 shock you. Okay. I, Kelly OG, stepped away from the trading industry specifically to reform personal financial education. I didn't care about content. I didn't care about numbers. I wanted to build something that actually works for you. I have hundreds, millions of followers online. I wanted to build something that actually works. So, what does reformed education actually mean? If we are not equipping you with the resources to make more money in the markets, we are failing at our job, period. And we have put millions of dollars into reforming financial education. Even as recent, has anyone watched the Kelly OG show on my YouTube? It's every Monday from 6 to 8 p.m. I'll see you on Monday, 6 to 8 p.m. on my YouTube, Kelly OG. That is also one of those things you come up live, we talk live. But there was a day that I know you made a promise to yourself when you saw my content. You said you either want to trade, you want to make more money, you want to understand how to read a chart, you want to build real financial opportunity. And at some point, you trusted me to help you get there. So all I ask is that you don't let me let you down, which is introducing the last trading course you will ever need. The last time you ever have to pay for this thing. Okay? The last trading course you'll ever need. Stay with me here. You're going to want to hear it. You're going to want to hear it. Because it's not a course. I got you. I got you. I know it's not a course. It's something far more powerful. See, in the world of courses over here, you see signals, courses, follow me for success. Yeah. In the world of that, we built something else. So I want you to pay very close attention to everything I'm about to show you. And you guys said you wanted to get straight to it, so let's get straight to it. Because I want to make it very clear to you that this is something that the trading education industry has never seen before. You are the first person to see this ever. Ever. And this is the best time to do it. Let me tell you. Creating this has taken over $1.2 million and 969 days. That's about 2.5 years to build. It's 970. That's at September 11th, 2023. So I want you to understand how committed we are to this. So what is it? It is the Trade It Solutions Accelerated Residency, a full university tailored to trading. What does that mean? You're going to have homework, you're going to have quizzes, you're going to have tests. You're going to learn. You're going to value the education because we care about results. If you don't get results, we lose. We lose, not you. You have live classes, an actual professor that is going to teach you 3 times a week. You got to show up to class, okay? And you're going to have real accountability. You're going to be held accountable. It is a custom built system designed specifically around you, not what one person thinks and how they're going to sell you on something. They never check in on you. No, it is designed specifically around you. So, what is the residency structure? Are you with me on this? What is this sounding like to you? Are you like, I'm ready, Kelly, I'm ready, I'm locked in? Okay. Now, the residency structure. It is an 8-week mentorship. It is a structured, committed program because, like I said, if you want actual results, you need to invest real time. It is 3 live classes per week, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday from 6 to 8 p.m. CST. You show up online and you learn live. And you can ask your professor questions in real time. You can share your screen. You can pull up charts, say, can you help me go through that? Your professor is there to make sure you win. It gets crazier. What is this right here? This is you. This is you valuing the thorough quizzes. Because this isn't about us making things hard. It's about making sure what you learn actually sticks so you use it to make money for the rest of your life. The rest of your life. So you're going to learn about the stock market and how that works, how equities move, how to evaluate opportunity, how to position yourself for consistent wins. You're going to learn options trading, how that works, how to actually use leverage strategically to amplify your returns. You're going to learn about Forex trading because some of you may find that you enjoy Forex more than you do the stock market. That is the foreign exchange market. That's the world's largest and most liquid market in the world. Oh, yes. And it's available nearly 24 hours a day. There is a wink to that. You're about to hear something even crazier. You are also going to learn technical analysis, which is exactly how to read a chart, not generically, but to actually generate profit. Okay? This is so that no one gets left behind. I am tired of people coming to me saying that they went to this influencer and either they feel scammed or they bought this course and it didn't work. Listen, I'm tired of that. Everyone has been asking me to say, Kelly, I'm struggling with my trading plan. That's cool. We make those for free, guys. Just go to the website. You can get a trading plan for free. They say, Kelly, I just want mentorship. Cool. We built that. That's what we're here for right now. Well, Kelly, I just want my hand to be held. Really? Okay. I got you. You want somebody to hold your hand through the entire thing? I got you. Why? If you are struggling or if you miss your homework, your personal counselor or advisor will call you on the phone, not an automated email, but a real human that is being dedicated to your success in the program. Your success is our success. We are literally in this together. If you do not win, we lose. So, with that being said, I actually want you to hear from two of your advisors in the trade at residency that you will be speaking to, that will be making sure that you are actually learning, that will be checking in on if you have issues, that will be there for you to call or to text if you are running into anything. So, with that being said, Mallory, can we meet you? Can we meet our great Mallory? Let
Hi,
me see if she's with
everyone.
me.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay, I can't. I don't know why I
Can
can't
you
see
hear
you.
me?
Yes, yes, there we go.
Okay. Hi, everyone.
Yes.
All right, I see some thumbs up and some stuff, so I'm going to go ahead and introduce myself. So, my name is Mallory. I am a student success counselor here at Traded Solutions, and I'm proud to say that I am part of the reason why we have a 91% completion rate in the curriculum, which is pretty good for the fact you heard from Kelly earlier. So, my job here is also to make sure that you feel the traded difference. And what I mean by that is that I'm going to be walking alongside you from enrollment all the way to graduation to help you celebrate. So, be expecting phone calls from me. I'll be calling to check in. Through your rep days, I'm going to be here to tell you you got it. Also, I'm going to be here to call you if you're falling behind. Like Kelly mentioned, the GIP plan. I definitely will be calling to make sure we set one of those up to get you on track to graduate with the rest of your cohort. But I'm really looking forward to this residency and to what it brings and getting to know everybody here.
Thank you, Mallory. Thank
Yeah.
you. Mallory is actually a former 911 operator, so she's heard the worst, unfortunately, of it. But that means she can also help you in times of uncertainty and when you're scared or you don't know what you're doing. And also, the GIP is a great improvement plan. If you start to fail and you fall behind on your homework, your quizzes, your midterm exam, your final exam, even your group projects, if you fall behind, we have to put you on a great improvement plan because, like I said, if you lose, we lose. So we need you to win. Mallory, thank you so much. Excited to work with you again this residency. Um, and yeah. And now I
Thank
want
you,
you guys
Kelly.
to hear from, of course, I want you to hear from your student success advisor, Tara. Listen, if you like a tough coach, this might be the one. Tara, can we hear from you?
Hello. Can you guys hear me?
We can hear
Hi.
you.
Hello. Hi, everybody. Can I see some reactions in the chat if you can hear me? Lovely. Hello, Kelly. Thanks so much for bringing me up. Hi, guys. So I just wanted to say really quickly, that I am looking forward to everybody joining the residency. If there's one thing personally, and I'm just going to be frank with you guys, right? When I call people on the phone and I speak to them, especially people that are looking towards joining the residency and applying and things like that, it's sometimes difficult to speak with them because they come with this perspective of what's currently happening in the trading space. You're asking me about courses and mentorship and about what you've been seeing, but it's hard to bring things that are revolutionary to somebody who's so used to seeing mediocre stuff. So it's almost like you have to really, really bring it down. So while you guys are here, I want to challenge you to really be open-minded to things looking different. There will be terms, words, and things you will see and hear that you are not used to hearing because they've not been done before, right? And so we see it as an investment in the residency is your first investment and also what things will look like when you get into the market. If you're going to invest in something, it's best that you see it through. And so our job is to hold you accountable to that, to follow up with you and make sure that you're seeing things through, but also to figure out what your experience looks like. So I want to encourage you guys to be open-minded, be open to things changing because the reality is, as I am speaking, and as Kelly is speaking, you're going to begin to picture what you're used to seeing, and that's the first thing that's going to limit you. There is nothing more difficult than when people bring mediocrity to things that are revolutionary and try to meet it. It's such a difficult task for the person on the other side, and that's why a lot of people don't succeed because even though you're aspiring for more, your mindset is still behind. And so you have no choice but to fall to the level of your perception. So I want to challenge you guys to be open-minded, expand your perspective, be open to things looking completely different, and challenge yourself. And if you join the residency, I will make sure that I'm there to challenge you as well and to see you at the end of it when you graduate or after when you join the society. But that's further on. So once again, guys, super, super excited. Like I said, open your mind, remove everything that you have ever envisioned in terms of what a course looks like, and not being
Remove it.
Remove it, please. God, remove it. Because if I get on the phone with you and you begin to bring things to me that are backwards, I'm still gonna explain it to you, but I'm gonna say the same thing. Open up your mind to things looking different, and the possibilities for you will be endless. All right? Looking forward to
I
seeing you
love
guys
it.
and speaking soon. Take care. Thanks so much, Kelly.
Thank you so much, Tara. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, I should say more formally, it is not easy to do something new because you find that many people start to resent it. A lot of people want change, but then they get scared when change comes their way. And I am trying to tell you that it doesn't matter whether you like it or not, the markets are changing. There is still one thing that the government has done that is going to change trading forever. It has never been done before. And so we realized we have to get on top of this task. And I got the team and I said, guys, we have to put something out. Like we've been doing this, we've done it, but I said we have to be a little bit more intentional because if not, people are going to lose a lot of money. And I don't think that's fair for you at all when you're just trying to make more money. So, with that being said, I want you to know that this was not just built by me. This was built and refined and constructed by education and finance professionals who are better than me at what you've always celebrated me for. It was built by education and finance professionals that comb through this curriculum, have adjusted it, etc. So you're not just learning one influencer and then you got to pay for the next course from this influencer or this other person. No, you're learning what the institutions actually know. That is why we partner with individuals like Chris, who can tell us what the institutions know. You heard him say the institutions, they don't take retail traders seriously, but they build it for their system. So, how do you learn their system so that you can figure out how to make it work for you? So, again, that's just what we said. Like no two graduates, as you'll see here, trade the exact same. But I want you to also look at the stats. As we said before, the industry average for a course is 8%. For Trade It, our residency graduation rate is 91%. We have flipped the industry on its head. No longer is the 8% a thing. We have a 91% success rate. That is insane. But again, if we lose, you lose. So I need you to understand that it's not just a number, it's a testament to what we see you as. But I need you to know that learning is not just enough. You have to put it into practice. Hold on. This is about to get really crazy if you have not been paying attention before. Thumbs up if you're paying attention, if you're with me, because what I'm about to show you is what you have never, ever, ever seen before in the industry. I'm telling you, it is one of those things that has blown me away to being blown away beyond being blown away. Okay, here we go. Here we go. So, without risking your hard earned money, we have created something that the industry did not have. On the cool end, and I'm going to show it to you live, it is a custom trading simulator. So you can practice the market in live market conditions, right? It runs on real market data. You can make mistakes on paper, but not in your actual account. So when things are getting bloody, you don't actually get affected. But then you learn how to win, which means you can win. And your professor, hold on, your professor reviews every single trade that you make. So if you're struggling, your professor will see it. Your advisor will call you. They will say, hey, I noticed you've been struggling here. You don't have to go and lose on your own. Every single trade that you make is tracked by your professor, and they will be able to reach out to you and tell you, like, hey, I think you should do a better job here. I think you should do a better job here. How crazy does that sound? Oh, it gets better. It gets better. I haven't even gotten close. How crazy does that sound? Okay, I thought so. I thought so. Now, there's still more. Hold on. Hold on. This is my favorite thing. Oh, I'm getting so excited. I'm getting so excited because, oh man, just wait. Just wait. I'm just going to show you. I'm just going to show you. We have solved a problem that people are stressing over. How many of you, when it comes to trading or investing, you struggle with finding a strategy that works? Like that is like your biggest thing. It's like, I can't figure out a strategy. You're learning everyone else's strategy except your own. You're like, oh my gosh, like I can't figure it out. What's going on here? Oh yeah, I heard you. I heard you. I heard you. I'm hearing a lot of you right now. It appears we're hearing each other. That's a crazy thing. We're hearing each other. It's okay. As I said, we solved a strategy problem. What does that mean? Oh man. And it just did me like that. Why did it do me like that? Anyways, do you struggle with finding a strategy? Yeah. Yeah. Is back testing exhausting for you? Back testing is you have to go back in time in the market and you have to trade yourself. It's too much. It's too much time. There's no system and there's no consistency. Let me tell you something. You deserve a system that's repeatable and rules based. So we have secured an exclusive partnership that nobody else in the industry has gotten access to. But you know, Kelly Ohgee likes to pull strings and do things for you. So we have secured an exclusive partnership called Trendline. Again, if you have not been paying attention, please, this is not the time to leave the call because this is the very thing that is going to make you so much money that you will wonder if it did grow on trees. Why? Because it saves you so much time. We secured an exclusive partnership with a premier technology company to give traded residents access to a system that has never existed before in the history of trading. How crazy is that to you? I know. You want me to show it to you? You want to see it? You want to see what it does and how it's going to help you? You want to see it? You want to see it? You want to see it? Okay, let us see it. Oh my gosh. Introducing Trendline. Are you with me? Oh, Trendline, you're so nice. Hi there, Kelly Ohgee. How can I help you today? Thank you. Thank you for the warm introduction. Well, first, Trendline, can you tell me who you are? Let me ask Trendline, guys. I got to ask Trendline. Who? Let me refresh Trendline. Okay. Might see me refresh it. Okay. Wow, Trendline. Thank you. Who are you? Okay. Trendline is going to tell me who it is. I'm Trendline, your trading mentor and emotional coach. I help you read charts like a pro, build discipline, and manage psychology so you can trade. Whoa. You can help me with chart reading, risk thinking, journaling, props, education. Thank you for shouting me out, Trendline. That was a part of the exclusive partnership. They had to shout me out. But now I'm going to ask it a question, okay? If we come over here to media, see, I see a lot of people will post charts online, and the problem is people don't know what they're looking at. So I have this chart that I randomly found online. People will be like, oh, guys, look at this chart. Oh, look what Apple is about to do. Look what Nvidia is about to do, whatever. But they won't actually tell you. You don't know what that means? Trendline. Can you please tell me what is on this chart? I need to know because it's bothering me. Okay, let's see. The instrument and time frame. This is WTI crude oil on a 240-minute chart. Okay, interesting. It tells us the trend direction. It tells us where the highs are, supply and demand zones. So where are people buying, where are people selling? It tells us where liquidity is. For those of you who don't know, liquidity is where people go and the banks, the institutions, where they go and they try and fake you out of your money. The context, what's going on. This is, guys, how is this feeling? Oh, we haven't even gotten to the best part. It gets crazier, I got to tell you. But how is this feeling to you? What are we thinking right now? Yeah. Okay. I got a question though. I've been a fan of Nvidia lately. Anybody been a fan of Nvidia? I've been a fan of Nvidia. Okay. Trendline, can you please show me Nvidia? I don't feel like going to search it up. I'm already here. I'm talking to you. You're helping me interpret charts. I need that. You're telling me where I could get in if it was bullish, if it was okay, cool. Can you show me what Nvidia hold on. This is Nvidia. You're showing me okay, so I can see that it's on a strong uptrend over the last 2 years, 24 months. It has support near 164, resistance around 217. So here's our support, here's our resistance. Thank you, Trendline. How crazy is this? How crazy? Do you think it could get crazier? Do you think it could get crazier? Yes, no, maybe so. How are we feeling? This is, yeah, I just pulled up a chart. Yeah, that's the least of the things it can do, guys. Very boring. All I did was pull up a chart. Let's not get too excited. It's just a chart. Just pulled up a chart. But I wonder, it's one thing to show me a chart, Can you build me a strategy? Hold on. Hold on. I don't think y'all heard me. I don't think y'all heard me. Can you build me? I'm tired of watching all these YouTube videos. I'm tired of buying all these courses. I need a strategy that works for me. So, Trendline, can you build me a strategy? No, no, no. Let's see if we can get a strategy built. I'm getting excited about this. Okay. So, let's build a strategy. You're with me? We're building the strategy together. Trendline, let's see. Let's see. I want to day trade. That's, what I'm known for. I want to make money so I can pay for my next Justin Bieber tickets. Okay? I want to trade Nvidia. Nvidia is my friend. I'll do shares. I'm cool with shares. We'll just stay with stocks. I'm going to listen to Warren Buffett or whatever. My account size, it's a little low. I just have $100, but I'm getting somewhere. I'm getting somewhere. I just want to risk small going in. Uh, I think we're going up, so direction is long. I think I'm going to go on the 1 hour time frame because it sounds good. So I guess that means I'd have to hold it for hours. That makes sense. To be fair, my risk is medium. I'm a little bit risky, but not too much. Uh, and I'm a beginner. I'm a beginner. So, does this sound like anyone? Okay. I'm going to see if Trendline will make me a strategy. I'm tired of watching all these videos. I'm really tired of having to take consultation calls, leave comments on people's videos, message every single influencer, including Kelly OG in her DMs, and ask if she can show me her strategy and what she uses. And I keep losing money and no one's helping me. And so I'm joining all these groups and it's just not working. And so for once, I'm just wondering if someone would build the strategy for me. Let's find out. Let us build the strategy. Okay, hold on. Wait a second. It only would make sense to build a strategy if the strategy could be back tested to see if it worked. Hold on. So you're telling me, unless I'm incorrect, that Trendline, hold on. Trendline is going to go, it's going to go back in time and trade the markets on my behalf and tell me if a strategy works. So I don't have to sit for 4 hours a day to try and read the markets to see if a strategy works just to realize it doesn't work. I was at a trading event last week and this girl came up and she'd been having some success recently in trading. She said it'd taken her a couple of years though. And, she's talking. She said, "Hey, I'm a single mom. And, I just want to find more time to spend with my kid. And, I'm finally finding some success in trading. But I got to tell you, the thing that takes up so much time, even time for my kid, is I'm always back testing. I always have to be on the charts. My eyes are burning. I have to keep going back in time to read what the charts are doing, to understand if it works. And that just takes so much of my time. We ran the math. We ran the math on Trendline. Back testing 4 hours a day. 4 hours a day is equivalent to spending 2 years of your life trying to figure it out. I want you to know that what I'm about to show you means that Trendline just saved you 2 years of your life. So let's make sure that Trendline is being my friend. Guys, my throat is stressed. Hold on. Do y'all see that? I don't know if we see it. We just built a strategy. Trendline just built a strategy. We have a daily breakout hold. So Trendline, what did you do? Trendline tested 237 trades. If you were to trade 237 times without even back testing, that is nearly a year of your life. If you took one trade a day, that is 237 trades that Trendline just did. Trendline is not your professor. Your professor is a real person. Trendline is a tool to make you better and solve the problem so that you can focus on making money and all the hard work you leave up to Trendline. What does this mean? Over these 237 trades tested, there was a 51% win rate. The largest loss would have been 6%. So what does that mean? If we go, and I'm going to tell you exactly what that means, but just so you know, the trend line isn't just pulling things out of nowhere. Trendline shows you every single trade that it took, every single trade that it took. So you can hold Trendline accountable and it will tell you the strategy it used, where it entered, where it exited, so you can go see it yourself. And you're like, well, Kelly, you risked $100. How much money would you have made off this? What's a strategy without telling us how much money we would have made? Isn't that what we're in this for? To make more money, to help more people? Cool. If you come down here, you will see that of the 237 trades, Trendline, because I'm a little bit risky, it's a little bit safe, was a little bit fair. We won 51% of the trades, and our profit factor was a 1.42. A 1.42, meaning we made about $1.42 on every time. I was playing it safe. And our profit and loss, we made $33. We had $100, we made $33. Let me put that into perspective for you. If you had $10,000, you would make $3,300 from this strategy that took you 12 seconds to figure out. That is a 33% return on your investment. These are shares. It would have been crazier in options. It would have been crazier in Forex. And I bet you're wondering that question. You're like, hold on, Kelly, but what does that mean? I'm going to tell you in a second. Now, the crazy part is it says you can open this in Trading Lab. Now, before we do that, I want you to know that Trendline will also give you strategies for Forex and for options. Crazy. I got to tell you, it's crazy. So let's open in the Trading Lab. What is the Trading Lab? Oh my gosh. Hold on. The strategies put on our Trading Lab. I think some of you are already excited. Just go ahead and drop the link in the chat. I know what you're thinking. Kelly, I want this. Yeah, you're going to get all of it. Just drop the link in the chat. I see some of you are like, Kelly, I'm ready. You don't got to say anymore. We want to work with you too. Just go ahead and drop the link in the chat. But pay attention to this part, because what I need you to understand about this is a live simulator. Does anyone want to see this live simulator in real time, where you can go back in time and you can go forward in time? You see that? We're going forward in time. You can go back in time and you can go forward in time. So what does this mean? We're on NVIDIA. I want to go to the 1 minute time frame. I want to make it make sense for me so I don't lose it. Okay. Let's go to the 1 minute time frame. Boom. Now, the cool thing about Trendline, you see I have $100,000 over here. Let me risk $10,000 because I can pretend to trade here. Let me risk $10,000. Let me just do it. Okay. I've heard if you leave, you cannot rejoin. So please be careful about leaving. That is what my team has just informed me. So let's say I want to get in and I want to see how the market moves. Let me move this like 4. Okay. I want to place a trade, or I want to just buy shares. This is me buying shares. Here we go. Trade. Okay. My order has been executed. I'm going to press play. You guys are going to, oh my gosh, I'm losing money already. That is not fun. You guys are going to watch me here. Hold on. You see up here? You see right or down here? You see down here my funds? Hold on. Hold on. Come on. Can you go above it? And here's the thing. I don't really know. Let me make sure that I'm doing the right thing. If we press over here, we will see that Trendline has Trendline Insight. So it'll tell you a good entry. It'll tell you where you should take your money out. And it'll tell you how long you should hold your money for. You should double your money with this. This is a 1-to-1. You should double your money. I am currently not. Okay, we're going up. We're going up. We're going up. Let's keep going up, please. I just need to make some money. I'm going to speed it up for us a little bit. Did you also notice it's giving you the market in real time? It is giving you the market in real time. So you can be able to tell, hold on, is this working for me or is this not working for me? That is really important. So Here we go. Here we go. I need this thing to just boom. I'm gonna aim for like this area up here, but I need to just boom. Like, can we extend team? Can we extend the time because people cannot rejoin? They cannot rejoin. Sorry, I'm getting excited. I need this thing to just work with me here. Yes, 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 yes. Hold on. Keep going, keep going, just keep going, just keep going up. Just keep going up. Just keep going. I'm gonna put on 25x. I'm starting to get a little nervous. I want to see what it's gonna do. I just need it to go up. I just need it to go up with me. I need it to go. Oh no, no, no. Keep going up. Keep going. Oh my gosh, I'm out. 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 I made $10. I'm happy as you can see I made $10. Guys, wow, that just excited me. Welcome to the future of trading education. And look, thank you to Trendline. I got out right before it fell. That is my favorite thing about it. Oh, and just so you know, you can do this with Forex. You can do this with options. Hold on. What did I just say? You can actually trade options before you ever put it in the real market. You can trade options and you can do it live. So if we come here, we will see the live markets that are moving. They're a little slow right now because the market's closed, guys. But hear me out. It's live. Now, the cool thing you can also do with Trendline is, of course, you can journal every single trade that you take. And remember, just so you know, whenever you're in this trading lab, your professor will see every single trade you make. So my professor can just see the trade that I took and can tell me if I did a good job or didn't do a good job, etc. That is the future of trading, guys. The future of actually helping you make money. You can journal your trades. You can even set alerts, as you've seen. I've done that. That's awesome. Let me tell you something. The fact that I can create any strategy I want. See, we have Forex, we have options. Guys, insane. So let me get back to it with you because I see some of you, you've seen the link is in the chat. You know, I want us to show the screen. If we come back here, I want to get through with it. I want to get through with it. Guys, like I said, Trendline has never existed. And remember, the government has just done something that nobody's ever done. As you know, it builds strategies for you, all of that. You never will have to struggle with finding a strategy and back testing again. You can focus entirely on just making your money and it will help you. This is what separates educated traders from everyone else entering the market. And we are the only ones that have access to this right now. The only ones. So understand that Trendline is not open to the public. If you try to go to the website, there is a wait list. However, if you become a Trade It resident and you join this month, you will have an exclusive early access invitation, meaning you can use it before anyone else in the world can use it. I heard they said it's going to be a long time before they release it to the public, probably a couple months or so. So you have the ability to get ahead. And also, Trendline for you is completely free because we're covering the fees, so it is a little expensive on us. But for you, it is completely free. How are we feeling about that? I need it. Like, who's really serious about this right now? I need to know how serious. Like, yeah, yeah, I'm serious about it too. So, what you get as a Trade It resident is a live 8-week university mentorship, early access to Trendline, a custom trading simulator, and your professor's feedback. Guys, this isn't a course and it isn't a group. It is a complete ecosystem that's built to make you a confident, independent, profitable trader. It has never been done before. You are the first person to access this, even at the level we have done it. So, this is what the residency looks like as we get into the pricing. The residency, you have orientation on June 30th. Your residency starts on July 7th. It's an 8-week mentorship. It's live. It goes until August 28th. That's when you get your final exam. And on September 4th is your graduation. So I need you to value graduation. Remember, we have a 91% graduation rate. The industry average is 81%. And I want you to meet the valedictorian, Philip. But Philip, before you come up, I do want to get through this, and I want you to meet our valedictorian from our last residency. He won the Residency Excellence Award, the Most Likely to Become a Millionaire Award. He's a 3D artist originally from South Africa. He's now in Canada, and he actively executes trades with confidence, leveraging the frameworks and strategies from his residency to create a future of greater freedom and stability. So before you speak, Philip, I want us to get to the meat. And then I want you to hear from Philip because this is the greatest thing. I'm biased, but I'm also very unbiased. There's nothing like this that has ever been created. So I want us to talk pricing. Are you ready to talk pricing? Some of you already pressed the link. You already know you're ready. I'm going to get through the easy stuff, okay? The residency is usually $5,000 a person. I'll just say it brief, $4,995 plus a $515 onboarding fee. That is just above $11,000 total for two people. And our last cohort had a 23% acceptance rate. You must apply. Except for this month, we're doing something different. The market is changing rapidly. And like I said, there's something even crazier that's going to blow your mind at the very end of this. And there was a recent approval by the SEC that was on April 10th, right? There is a 97% failure rate in trading, and the conditions are worse. So exclusivity and making people apply is great for the brand, but it doesn't help everyone who needs it. So we made a hard decision, and we made it for you. So for this month, we are introducing the Market Resilience Scholarship. Okay? That might be our theme of the night. It's something we've never done before. So what is the Market Resilience Scholarship? One, we're waiving the application. Every applicant for the month of May is accepted. Boom. The tuition, 50% of the tuition will be covered for the entirety of May. And the onboarding fee for the next 7 days will also be waived, which means if you already paid full price, for those of you who may have snuck your way in that are already upcoming for residency 2, we are going to refund you 50% of your tuition because you qualify for the scholarship too. We're not just offering this to new students, we're honoring it for everyone who trusted us first, because that's what integrity looks like. And if you bring somebody with you, we're honoring that as well. Last residency, we had a father and a son from 2 different sides of the world that were going through the program together. It was one of the most wonderful and powerful things we witnessed. So if you want to go through this journey with a partner, a sibling, a child, a friend, we're making that possible. So the Paris Scholarship, usually for 2 people, it's just above $11,000 for all of this. For this month only, we're doing a 60% scholarship so that you and an individual that you want to give a birthday gift to, you want a surprise for Mother's Day, you like whatever it is you want to do, you can do 2 people for under $4,000 because we are on a mission to outperform financial education and we understand how seriously these things are going to affect the markets. So you're getting an 8-week live residency, custom simulator access, Trendline early access, and 50% scholar pricing. With that being said, I'm going to get to the meat. You're going to get all this stuff. You're going to get all this stuff. You see all this stuff? Cool. The total is $14,400. But for you, my friend, it's only $24.97. That is for everything. That is for everything. Hold on. There is more. There is more. The total is $14,400. But for you, $24.97. We are covering a lot of costs. We are eating a lot of cost. But I want you to have the ability to win. I want you to have something that will build the strategy for you, that will do the hard work for you, a professor that's tracking everything that you do so that you know you're in a place to win, and counselors and advisors that are calling you to make sure that you are up to date with your winning. You said you wanted someone to hold your hand. You said you wanted mentorship. So what are we doing? We did it. Now, Can we talk about the one thing that changes everything? The second ruling that the government put out. Because this is the craziest part. Guys, that was a lot. I need to know how excited you are. The link is in the chat. Okay? The link is in the chat. Please make sure you press the link. You will see the other things. But the one thing that changes everything, the 23-hour trading day is here. Guys, if you thought the PDT rule was opening the floodgates, consider this. The market is now effectively open around the clock. So what does that mean? I'm going to say it again. The 23-hour trading day is here. The markets are no longer a 9 to 5 type of game. Extended trading hours means there's more opportunity for those who know how to use them. So what else does that mean? Stop giving me excuses that you don't have time. And even if you didn't give me that excuse, don't even try to depend on that excuse, because now the government on April 10th signed a ruling, the SEC signed a ruling to push for a 23-hour trading day that should take effect this year or sometime relatively soon. The PDT rule takes effect June 4th. We are running against time. When we say the largest men in finance are pulling back, the government releases a rule to get more traders in, and then they open up the market. Remember what Warren Buffett said? It's a casino with a church attached. Yeah, we want you to have as much time to trade as possible and also lose because we make more. So now it's like this is the best time in history to learn how to leverage the markets to your advantage and to actually learn the right way with people who are going to make sure that you do it the right way. Because if the market wasn't predatory before and it wasn't scary before, it's dangerous now. You will need help. So you can trade before work, you can trade after work. You can now access the markets at hours that fit your schedule. Your lunch break, you want to pay for lunch with the markets? Like the new hours that are being proposed, the market will be open 23 hours a day, 5 days a week, from Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern to Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. It will only be closed on Saturday. The market opens on Sunday night. That is crazy. And that is taking effect in the very foreseeable future. So there are no more excuses. The 23-hour trading day is here. It has limited the number one barrier to entry for trading: time. So many people said, oh, the market's always closed whenever I'm working. Is there a time I can trade in the evening? Yes, there will be. They're bringing it to us. So I need you to know the market is now fitting into your schedule. We are creating a system designed around you. We have partnered with a company that will build strategies for you based on who you are. We also give you trading plans completely free. But let me tell you what else, okay? As I've said, this is the best time in history to learn how to leverage the markets to your advantage. The landscape of trading has fundamentally shifted. And with the PDT rule no longer being a barrier and markets are going to be available almost 24/7, the playing field has changed dramatically. So it's not a thing about hours, it's about when, where, and how you can engage with the markets. And for those that are prepared, these changes unlock unparalleled potential when it comes to making money. That's all I want for you, is to make more money, to take care of your family, to be able to pay for your kids' schooling, their lunch, their clothes with no issues, to pay your bills with no issues, to upgrade the house, renovate the house, to buy that new car. I want you to finally have that opportunity in life. And I know for some of you, you're like, man, I just need some breathing room. This is it. There's going to come a point in your life where you have to figure out what decision you want to make and let it be the one that will pay you forever, even if it takes 8 weeks. 8 weeks? 8 weeks. Now, for those of you who pay, we'll secure your seat because it's no brainer. For those of you who secure your seat within the next 48 hours, here's our reward for you. You will get a private strategy session. This will be a group one with me and Chris. Hey, That'll be for the first 5 residents that commit. But you know what? I'll honor it. If you sign up within the next 48 hours, we'll honor it. It's not 4,500 for you. It is included. You will get 6 months of Trendline access included with your residency. That's if you secure within the next 24 hours. You will get your first year of Trade It Society alumni access. That is our private network for people who've already been through the residency. You will get that complimentary for free. You will also get a professor-led clarity workshop, and you will meet your professor, and your professor will help you understand trading. This is before the residency even starts. All of this totals up to $21,550. You can actually check my website. I charge $1,500 for 30 minutes with me. But let me tell you something. For you, my friend, it's included. It's included. And for those of you who decide you want to gift the residency, you want to do the pair package, right? You want to do 2 people, you want to pay the sub 4,000, $39.95. I will actually do a private, independent, one-on-one. I might loop Chris in here if he's open to it. But I will do a strategy session with you as well. With you and your friend, your partner, your teammate. I'll do that. You can ask anything about anything. You want me to pull up charts? I'll pull up charts. You want to talk about trading? Let's talk about it. You want to learn how to scale your business? We'll do it. But that is what we will do for you if you commit within the next 48 hours, and also add more and more bonuses. So one thing I want to emphasize to you is we want to offer this scholarship because we genuinely want to give everybody an opportunity to win. This is a lot from us to even put this together. You wonder why no one's done this before? It's expensive. But the industry average for a trading group, if you want like a trading group, is $6,500. Oh my gosh. We're $2,497. And I fought that price. But at the same time, I want to give you opportunity. And I want to give you the ability to experience the life that you've always envisioned, but never had the access to do so. And so I want to bring Philip back up here. He was the last valedictorian of our last residency. And Philip, I want you to just share your raw, honest thoughts, your raw opinion on what it was. I haven't discussed with Philip prior, so I have no idea what he's going to say. But I want you to share your experience on what it was like having the highest grade and the highest score and where you are at there. So,
Hello, everyone. This is very exciting. Thank you for having me. And yeah, like the residency is pretty much exactly what Kelly and the team have been talking about. My experience was excellent. Like, I love the structure, and it's exactly what Kelly has said. It is like going to university. It is studying. It is not doing a course asynchronous watching videos and then going home and or being at home watching them and then being like, okay, let's jump in the markets and let's get going. No, it is taught by a professor who is live. He's not AI, and it is structured. And I guarantee you that you will retain the information. Like if you ask me, what is a shooting star? What is this? What is that? I will tell you. I can explain it to you. I can teach you probably because I've gone through the course and I've learned what the course teaches you. And you get homework. It's exactly like that. You get homework, you get quizzes, you can have exams. And the best part is you can ask questions live. And you can also ask questions during class. There's some time at the end. That was very helpful to get some of the biggest questions right answered right there. And then there's a special day where it's just questions. You can just ask your questions. And there's also a chat where you can send anything at any time. You can ask, am I charting this correct? Did I understand this concept correct? Is this working? What am I doing wrong? I missed something. And for me, it's been rethinking the markets and kind of relearning things and concepts the right way. This was mentioned, like smart money. What is that? Like, how does it work? Like support and resistance, all of these things, um, zones of interest, all of the things that are necessary to read the market. It's like a language that you can learn, and you can learn to speak it, you can learn to read it. And there's three options: up, down, or sideways. And when you get confluences and they work together and you understand what's going on, it's no longer gambling. And that's what Chris has been talking about too. And I mean, Warren Buffett is saying, church or casino, where do you want to be? You want to be in the church or the casino? So I want to be in the church. So that's why I took the
It's funny,
course.
yeah.
And the more you know, the more it is about a calculated decision rather than gambling. And after the residency had finished, we have a society. So we continue to learn live from Professor Williams. I can ask questions. Everything I want, I can ask him. And he also gives more advanced trading strategies and confluences and all these things. And you know, the last few weeks, if not even since beginning of the year, like the markets have been crazy. And being able to talk with someone who knows what they're doing is so valuable and so helpful. It gives you confidence, you build up your knowledge, and then you can navigate these seasons of uncertainty. And that's what Kelly's been talking about. I mean, Warren Buffett is giving warnings. And if you understand what these warnings mean and then even know how to read the markets, I mean, you're in a good position. So that has been my experience, and I wanted to thank you for this wonderful trophy that I got. I don't know if it's in camera. It
Oh, wait, hold
is,
on. I
I don't
gotta
know
stop sharing
if
just to
this
show the
works.
trophy. Let me see the
So
trophy.
this is amazing. Thank you so much for
Ah,
this.
that's
This is a
awesome.
glass trophy with my name engraved, lasered in, and I really appreciate this. Thank you so much.
Thank you for being
So
our
yeah, that
valedictorian.
is another bonus that I got as the valedictorian, and that's been my experience. So thank you very much. And I'm also very excited about Trendline, to be honest.
Yes.
So that's really cool.
Oh,
And
likewise.
thank you for sharing all this information. Thank you, team, again. And yes, you will get called by Tara and Mallory. Uh, sorry, is that, am I saying your name right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
you
you
are.
will get called. That's not a joke. They call you and they're going to talk to you and they want to know about you and how you're doing and how things are. So that's not a joke. The
Yeah,
team
no,
is
I'm
really invested in you and they want you to succeed. So also thank you, Chris, for coming on. That was very insightful. What you said, very cool. And I mean, we kind of all been in the boat, right? We watch YouTube videos, we do some asynchronous courses and think it's gonna change the world. But I did an asynchronous course and I actually didn't finish it. So I was one of those. But here I am,
of the
valedictorian,
92% that don't, yeah.
So
And now you're valedictorian. Philip, I
there you
gotta
go.
ask, what was it like learning while still having a family and still working? What was that like? Still having to make time for class and your homework and all of that.
Yeah, for me it was actually a little bit difficult. Um, but as anything in life, if it is difficult, you really need to want it. So you will make
Mm,
time for things that you really want.
that's
So
true.
that's what I did. And I really took it seriously. And I really sat down and learned. I didn't just watch and, yeah, okay, I'm gonna do the quiz and kind of worm my way through it. No, I sat down and learned. and I studied. And I remember like I really, after class, I went through the things again. I did the quizzes, and somehow you manage to make it work because you want it to work and it's important to
That's
you.
good.
So,
That's
yeah.
really good. And I hope everyone learned from that as well. Philip, thank you so much. Congratulations again. Can you hold up just one more time that trophy for being valedictorian? Oh my gosh. I love it. I love it, Philip. Congrats 1,010 times.
Thank you so much.
That is so awesome. Of course. Of course. Well,
It's been an
ladies
honor
and
being
gentlemen.
here,
Oh,
and
yes.
thank you.
Of course. Of course. No, I am super excited. Um, guys, like I said, this has been one of those things that just felt like it was divine timing, I got to tell you, like in terms of what we have built and what's currently going on in the markets. So us giving $21,000 worth of value, um, and taking it down to 2,500, because again, we got to keep the roof above our heads. The team needs to be taken care of, but at the same time, we also understand there is value to what we've created, and we are severely underpriced, but we're doing it because we care about you. And that is one standard we hold here as a standard of excellence and a standard of care. We genuinely want to see you succeed. If you are not the person that embodies both of those, we don't even want you to be a part of the Trade It team. So I hope you're very aware of where the markets are going. I don't want this to overshadow what's actually happening. Well, this window isn't fully open for 7 days, the onboarding fee. But yeah, I don't want this to overshadow what is going to happen in the markets. Again, like I said, it's not a matter of if, it is a matter of when. So please be the person that's ahead of time. And here's what always happens. Here's what always happens. People come and they're like, oh, I don't know about right now. I have this, I have that, I have that. And so they leave it. And let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Give it 3 months. They always come back. So here's the thing. In those 3 months, you could be done with the residency. You could already know. So now where you're at, uncertainty, confusion, unfulfilled promises. You've done a bunch of courses. You're trying to learn. The market is so confusing. You don't understand any of the charts. It's cool. In 8 weeks after joining the residency, you have knowledge, you have understanding, you have confidence, you understand the skills, you have expert knowledge, and you're actively practicing in real time with real mentorship. Can we please make sure we are sending the link so people aren't losing it? And in 6 months, boom, consistent growth and independent execution. Did you know the average trader takes 3 to 4 years to become profitable? We are on a mission to beat that because I want you to afford all of your necessities and your luxuries so that your income becomes your savings. Not a little bit of your income, the entire thing. That's what I want. So, again, guys, you have the link. Invite a friend, invite a family member, your teammate, or just do it yourself. We are here for whoever gets it within the next 48 hours. If you are a peer, we're going to have a one-on-one. So I hope I don't regret that. And if you are still a duo, you'll also meet with me and Chris as well on a strategy session that we host to figure out, okay, like for example, Wealthify, we work with individuals to figure out how to triple their income. If you're like, hey, I have this business right now, we're making $64,000 a year. How do we take it even further? That's what we're going to do. So we're going to figure out how do we get you from 68,000 to 212,000, like how do we take you there? So I'm really excited. I hope you're excited. Make sure you press the link. We will also email this to you. We will also text it to you. And I hope you are ready to rock and roll with us because we are ready to build a complete system around you for the lowest you've ever seen it in the industry. And most importantly, for the first time you've ever seen it within the industry. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome you to the Ivy League of financial education and welcome you to the 3%. because that is on the other side of the residency. How are we feeling? Who is who's ready for this? Please tell me you saw every single thing I was sharing. If not, it is what it is. Let me make sure you were seeing my screen when I was sharing it. Okay, you were. Cool. Who's going to join the residency? You're like, Kelly, I'm ready. I'm ready to go. Go ahead and put the rocket ship. The rocket ship. Chris, can we have you say some final words for us? Just anything you'd like to leave us with all of your industry experience. But I gotta know who, I don't know if you could see the rocket ship, but who is gonna be a part of this? I'm ready.
Yeah, I think that, obviously this was a great webinar. I love all the stuff that you shared. I think that one of the thoughts that I really would like to leave people with is, you take all this information. At the end of the day, the gap between profitable traders and struggling traders is about to just get dramatically wider. And it's not because the market, got harder, but essentially it's because the market is just changing, right? And so most people are not going to be adapting as quickly because they're not really understanding how these changes are impacting them. So it's about strategy changes. It's about how the options market is going to change. And when you get into the Greeks and the deltas and all these other things that are being impacted by what's happening in the market, if you don't understand it, you're going to be driving the car looking through your rearview mirror versus being able to anticipate what's actually happening. And so I really encourage everybody to sign up, really take advantage of the offer. And I mean, this is going to be a life-changing experience for a lot of people. So I just really encourage people to be a part of what we're doing.
Thank you, Chris. And likewise, likewise. And guys, for those of you we do work with other payment providers to figure out different financing options. So we work with PayPal. We also work with Klarna. If you head to the checkout, you'll be able to see if you qualify for either of them. But we do work with them if you don't want to pay it in full and you want to figure out, like, let me ease my toes into this. That's cool. If you work with them, it works with us. So make sure you press in the checkout session and on the checkout page. You will see it. I will actually show it to you. And also, do y'all want us to get into some Q&A, answer some Q&A? You're like, Kelly, like, get out of here. You're boring and I don't like you. And, I could do this without you. And you just mean absolutely nothing to me. And
Hey Kelly, one other thing too that I'll also just plant for a seed. Everybody really
yeah,
should be, really acknowledge the fact, you can probably explain this or speak to this as well, but when it comes to trading education, you 100% will always pay for the education. You either pay for the education in the context of some type of training, or you will pay for the education in losses. And most people pay for
yeah,
both. And so
most
I
people
would,
pay for both.
challenge people, think about the opportunity cost, right? If the program here, that the residency program is $2,500, that's the equivalent of two or three good trades. Or
Dang.
that's the equivalent of 6 months of time and opportunity cost trying to figure it out on your own and loss after loss after loss after loss. And
Lots
so,
of lots. Yeah.
give yourself the opportunity to win as quickly as possible.
Yeah. I agree. I agree. And I want y'all to also know that, like, for those of you who are wondering about taxes, we also cover taxes in the residency as well. So we have an actual tax professional, if not tax professionals. Um, they come in and they teach you about, excuse me, how to do different tax mitigation, be able to pay less in taxes, and even how you handle taxes in the residency. Like I said, it's a full system built around your success. So I'm going to answer some of these questions I am seeing here. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Someone said, uh, somebody asked how to know if brokers won't fold on us, but if you're talking about the stock market, those are pretty set in stone and backed by the SEC and FDIC, so your money would be good. How many students are we accepting? I don't know. This is our first time we have had absolutely no application process. I'm kind of scared about it because, like I said, if you don't perform well, it's going to perform badly on us. And I love to say we have a 91% graduation rate. So I would like to keep it there. I don't want next time you hear from me, I'm like, yeah, we have a 74% graduate. No, that's disgusting. I want 91. I need the A's. The price is due on orientation. It is due by May 31st. However, it will go up after the next 7 days. The price is going to go from $24.97 to about $3,000 because the onboarding fee is on there and we send you custom gifts to your house and like guys, it's a university. We send you custom gifts to your house. We handwrite letters. You're going to get a handwritten letter from me. Thanking you for joining the residency. It's a full system. So yeah, yeah, it's something. If you already joined the residency, guys, you're good. You're good. Some of you got in before. Others of you, if you've already paid the $5,000, you're good. You're good. We're gonna credit you back. Can you do installments? Like I said, yes, we partner with PayPal. We partner with Klarna. We're good to go. What if you don't have access to funds immediately, but you come up with it before the end of the month? This scholarship is all month. It is all month. So as long as before May 30th, you've got us. Like I said, after May 15th, the price is going up to about $3,000. But yeah, if you pay before May 30th, you're good. How much is Trendline after 6 months? Is it monthly? I got to tell you guys, I can't tell you how much Trendline is because Trendline may not be available. After the residency, you lose access to Trendline. This is the first time that it's being brought in. After the 6 months, you're going to lose access as well. Is it going to be monthly? That depends on if they are out in the next 6 months. I cannot speak to, I have heard that they are charging upwards of $250 a month. I think it's worth a bit more, but I'm biased. But I think it is. I mean, the thing builds strategies for you, it tests it for you. You can't really put a price on that because the price on that is the amount of money you'd make. So in the case that you have $10,000 and it shows you exactly how you could make 3,000 if you're following that, how much do you think that should be worth? That's what I'm saying. After this investment, are there any ongoing payments like monthly subscriptions? No. We might for the society, but the society right now is it's an annual payment because it's your alumni payment. So yeah, that's what I would say. Chris is very smooth with his lingo and wording. Do you guys offer anything that can help with getting certifications? I'm sure we can work on that. Chris, I'm sure we can work on that at some point. I wouldn't say it's top of mind right now, but listen, I'm all for anything that makes you more money. So I work as a midwife and I'm on call 24/7. What happens if I miss a class? There will be a recording available. You just have to make sure that you have your homework done before the next class, or we mark it in the grade book as 0. At the end of every residency, you get all of your grades and you understand how you're doing. Well, you'll know how you're doing as well. Is it 2,000 or 24,000 up front? $24? Why would it be $24? Like, why would it be $24? It's $24.97. It is beginner friendly. But I would even say, even if you think you know, you don't know, because we're learning the way the institutions know, not the way the random Billy Bob Joe that decided to make a YouTube video. Learn, hey guys, I've been there. That's why I say that. How will the institutions react to the markets with them never being like this before? What do you mean never being like this before? Jamie Dimon said it looks exactly like pre-2008. They've seen it before. We just haven't seen it before because we haven't been in it at the level they have. So they know what to do. They know what to do. If I'm not approved for the payment plan, would y'all accept a payment plan through a friend's payment for my account? Listen, all I will say is if you join the residency, you join the residency. So if you join the residency, you join the residency, and I hope that you join the residency. How many days should I demo trade before I live trade? It's not about days, it's about consistency. How consistent are you in actually winning and getting there? That's why a platform like Trendline is so powerful. Having a professor review every single trade is so powerful because you'll lose a trade and you have no idea why. And your professor will be like, well, it's because you did this, this, and this. That's powerful. Does it start with the basics? Yes, we go through the foundation of the stock market, of the options trading market, of the forex trading, foreign exchange market, and we go into technical analysis. It covers everything. Everything. What can we do to get ready before the residency program starts? So, like I said, if within those first 48 hours, you also will have access to a workshop with the professor. There's a couple of things we're going to send to your doorstep. So you got to make sure you're prepared and you give us the right address. Don't give us a P.O. box. You'll never get your gift. We are not sending it there. I don't care about your address. I just care about you getting the gift. So in the meantime, just be prepared, get your mind right, get your schedule right, start planning, and start to just pre-read videos, pre-watch videos, and read up on the markets, not just what looks I made X amount. I want you to look at what am I, like the information I shared with you today. What are the people in the markets that are good at the market saying? Will we be able to successfully trade on our own if not using Trendline? I cannot confirm nor deny that statement. But I will tell you it will be significantly harder. It is the difference. As I said, Trendline Strategy Builder saves about 2 years, 2 years of learning. And the average trader takes, because of the flawed education system, 3 to 4 years to learn. We want to reduce that to 6 months. That is our goal. That like by the end of this year, you'll be able to make money in the markets consistently. That is our goal. That's what we want to do. No, the success rate with Trendline was not 51%. The success rate for that specific strategy. So Trendline it'll show you so many different strategies based off of your schedule. It'll go in the markets and find a good strategy, and then it'll report to you the results. So for example, if you have a really bad strategy, if you guys want, I can pull it up and show you, we could just make a really bad strategy. And it will also go and test that terrible strategy for you and tell you how it would have performed. That also saves you tens of thousands of dollars. So, what if you need extra help outside of the residency? Let me tell you something. You can get it. We have the Trade It Society. A message of encouragement for those of us who didn't get approved for a payment plan and just don't have 2.4K at the moment. Guys, listen. The truth is, you're going to have to spend money to make money, and it's okay if you take time to build and get your finances right before you make it. The thing is, more than anything, I want you to be committed to truly learning. We are the best system on the market to learn. You will not find anything better. I say that to you honestly and truthfully, but I also want you to know if you are having issues payment wise, then work on those first, because what you will find more than anything is trading and investing has everything to do with your relationship with money and very little to do with the money that you have. So if you are struggling in your relationship with money, we're here to create that solution. But I also want you to fix that. And I want you to get a free Trade It plan from our website. Okay? Thank you. Will the university teach me to trade consistently and make money without the support of the teachers, educators, and Trendline? Yes. The whole point of them being there. Okay, let me ask you a question. Everybody ready for a question? You want a question? Let me ask you a question. This is a hard one. This is a really hard one. Listen, this is a really hard question, okay? I only want the smartest person to answer this question. Are you ready? What is 2 plus 2? Okay, really quickly. Give me the emoji for it. Give me the emoji for it. I just told you the answer. Only the smartest people. Oh, you can't put the emoji for it? Okay. I want you to put a thumbs up when I say the right answer. 1. 2 plus 2 is 1. 2 plus 2 is 2. 2 plus 2 is 3. 2 plus 2 is 4. Oh, hold on, hold on. But how did you know 2 plus 2 is 4? Because you didn't have the support of your teachers or your educators or any other resources to solve that. Guys, you need guidance to breed independence. But if you never breed independence, it probably won't happen with the guidance. So when you say, well, we teach you, that's our goal. We're not here to lock you into a month by month system. That makes sense for you? I'm not complaining. And maybe that makes sense for you. And listen, if maybe a payment plan didn't work for you or whatever it is, don't let us lose you. Fill out a trading plan or submit an application and we'll see what we can do to make it work. I am not guaranteeing anything. Truth be told, it might not work this go round, but we want to stay in touch with you. That way, when you are ready, we are here and we will still honor this price because the price is going up. Don't know what anybody else told you. But like I said, you can still solve 2 plus 2 is 4. You could probably solve 10 times 10. You know this stuff, but you don't have an educator there. So just want you to know that. Is there an option to split payment? Yes, guys, like I said. Oh, you can email support@tradeitsolutions.com for extra queries, any questions. I know we got to get out of here. Will the link work after the Zoom ends? Yes, we will email it to all of you. And we've partnered, like I said, with PayPal. We've partnered with Klarna in the cases where you need different installments or payment opportunities. So yeah. If the market is going to crash soon, will this help us make money before it does? Guys, hold on. This is the last thing I'm going to say. I need you to understand this. This is why you need this trading education. Let me help you understand this. Do you understand that with trading, you can make money when the market falls? As in, when the market goes down, you can make money. You actually, especially in this bullish market, will make more money if you are correct in the market going down. So when you say if the market is going to crash soon, I don't see any fear there for people that know, because people that know, well, if it crashes, I'll just make more money. Warren Buffett, he invests in shares. So he's sitting on cash because he's not really trading options like that. But for those who understand how to trade, you can make money when price goes up and when the markets fall to the ground. I need you to understand that. What have our students made that have graduated? You got to ask them. You got to ask them. But I know they've done well. I don't know. I don't see their accounts. I shout out to the Trendline team. I shout them out because they have done a phenomenal job at building something in which we can see what's still going on. And I'm excited for that because you want your hand to be held. You want to be able to have true mentorship. This is it. So, anyways, um, now I got to answer this question, guys. I'm about to wrap it up for us, but I did not say you should get into cash and out of all stocks. I don't know. And this is why it is so important to not just listen to people that can't actively see what you're doing. I don't know when you invested in what stocks. You may have invested in Apple at $5 and now you're like, the market's going to crash. Apple's not going to $5. Guys. So I can't see into it. It's why it's important that the residency exists because you have a live professor that can see, that can answer questions. It's why if you get the strategy session with me and Chris, you can ask Chris straight up, Chris, this is where I entered. Do you think that I should sell my shares? He can legally tell you that. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, this has been phenomenal. I'm excited. keep the link on standby. And more than anything, email support if you have questions. I'm excited to see you and your teammate, and just you in general. And thank you so much for even taking the time to stick through this entire call. This has been awesome. I'm excited that you were more equipped with more knowledge and more intellect. You're gonna see me more. Um, and I'm just excited that I was able to see you tonight. So I thank God for each and every single one of you, and I pray that in everything you do, you find success, whether that is with us or without us. And all I want is to continuously be a part of your journey of growth and success in life. So, is that good? We got any more questions? Any more questions? Yes, no, 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 yes. Any that I missed? Okay. Okay, okay, okay. Whew. Whew, whew, whew. Oh my gosh, yeah, I'm seeing these questions. Somebody said based off your years of experience. Oh, based off your years of experience, what's the best strategy for maximizing the market? Education and Trendline. Yes. Can we have a Trendline subscription by itself? There is going to be some point that Trendline hits the market. I am going to go to the Trendline team and I'm going to tell them, do not let anybody into that wait list unless they've gone through the trade at residency. I'm going to make an executive phone call right now and confirm that for you. Let me make this phone call. Let's see. Hello. Hey, I'm so sorry for this late night phone call. Is it okay if I put you on speaker? Okay. Um, so I just want to confirm with you that you will not let anybody use Trendline or like get into if anyone signs up through the wait list and they try to get in, that you will not let them get in until after trade at residents have been able to access it.
Yeah, sure. I guess that's the terms of our partnership as well. So yeah, that's cool.
Thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you. Pleasure doing business with you. I just blocked you from using Trendline. You got to be a resident. But you know what else? We got to get up out of here, guys. This was awesome. This was amazing. I know you love Trendline, but the truth is, everyone wants a system that'll just do it for them. Trendline does it, but let me tell you something. You will fail every single time you use Trendline if you don't understand what you're doing, and that's why the residency is so important. So, anyways, ladies and gentlemen, Monday at 6 p.m. CST, I will be live on YouTube on the Kelly OG Show. You can call me, ask me business questions, life questions, figure out how to triple your income on our Wealth Apply calls. And I'm excited. Do not miss it. Monday, 6 p.m. on YouTube. Set a reminder right now. Set a reminder. Stop what you're doing. Set a reminder. Don't leave the call. Once you leave the call, you can't get back in. Set a reminder. Okay. The Kelly OG Show on Monday. Can't wait to see you. I got to rest my voice this weekend. It has been awesome. Again, I am praying for your success and blessings every single day. I'm so grateful that you trust me and the entire team. They are so talented, and I would be nowhere without them. So thank you everyone for taking the time out of your Friday night when you could be doing other things. I hope you enjoyed your food that AK was telling you to enjoy as he was the show. And for those of you who stayed all the way through, I got a prize for you. Just go ahead and take a screenshot of this exact moment. See this exact moment? Okay, you took the screenshot. Did you take it? You need to take it again. When you take this screenshot, email it to our support team and say, I stayed the entire call. I have a major surprise for you that nobody else is going to get. So make sure you email them. Here we go. Okay. If you didn't get the screenshot, don't know what to tell you. You weren't here. All right, everyone. Have a blessed rest of your evening.